So, some of the resources that are helpful when it comes to studying for maths. Obviously your maths teacher, they've put a lot of time and effort into making sure that you do as well as possible, but also your friends and anybody else that you may know. Past assessment tasks, always learn from any past mistakes. Your notes, your summaries, make sure you summarise everything so you have a good understanding of all the formulas. There's a lot of formulas in Extension 1, so make sure you know them really well. And of course the syllabus. The Board of Studies side has also got past exam papers which are helpful, and also notes from the marking centre that we'll have a look at. And of course the timetable, so you know when the exam is on. Another site that's helpful is HSC Online from Charles Sturt University. No doubt your teacher's already told you about that, but if not, go on and have a look. Okay, some other resources. Doesn't have to come from the Maths Association, but past papers of booklets. I would suggest to do really well in Extension 1. It would be helpful to do at least 10 past papers. Some other resources I've just written up, but you probably already know them. And also the textbooks, depending on which textbook you use. There's a range of different textbooks. And so if you've only used the one in your class, then maybe get hold of another one and see what goes on, a range of questions. But keeping in mind that the HSC exam is actually based on the syllabus, it's not based on a textbook. So the instructions. By now you should all know, 84 marks, 7 questions, each worth 12, 5 minutes. To really work out what you can see that you can get easy marks nice and quickly at, rather than to think about, where are the pitfalls going to be and where am I going to have trouble. 2 hours working time, which is never enough. Blue or black pen, and of course your calculator and your integrals. So 17 minutes a question. I would suggest 15 minutes each question, and that gives you 15 minutes at the end. So how do you study for maths? How do you do well at maths? A lot of students often say, I've done a lot of revision, well, what kind of revision? You actually have to do questions. And it's not just a matter of doing questions, it's a matter of marking them as well, and then making sure that if there's something you don't understand, you go and ask how you're supposed to do it. So from textbooks, study guides, other trials from other schools, past HSCs of course as well. Learn your formulas. I would make that the very first thing I would do. Write down all the formulas from each of the topic areas and learn them off by heart. So that when you are doing your past papers, you're not looking up those formulas all the time, you're reinforcing your knowledge of them. Absolutely, the more HSC papers you can do, the better. Students that do well have probably done at least the last 10 years. The course changed slightly before that, so there are still even more that you could do as well. That's my favourite, just do it. Don't talk about it, don't plan to do things, don't phone a friend and say let's get started on our study tomorrow. Just get in there and actually do it.